Hey, Brian Bean here with Dream Big Property Management in Riverside, California. We help people just like you become intentional rental property investors. One of the biggest fears that rental property owners have is getting a bad resident, someone who doesn't pay rent or someone who damages the property. That's why it's so important to have a consistent applicant screening process. At Dream Big, we use a proven 7-step process to select great residents while staying compliant with California fair housing law. So let's get into it. Step 1, pre-qualification. Before we even show a property, we make sure applicants are at least minimally qualified to ensure they aren't wasting their time on a home for which they would not even be approved. Typically, that means a minimum income of 2.5 to 3 times rent, no evictions, verifiable rental history. If the applicants are candidates, they can set an appointment to view the property. That's required before an application is submitted. Step 2, complete application. Every adult who would live in the property must fill out a full rental app in which they provide their source of income, rental history, personal references, and also authorization for us to run the background and credit checks. Step 3, application check-in. All submissions for the household must be complete before we begin our evaluation. We're going to check for missing items and request them from the applicants, but until we receive a full package, we're continuing to receive applications from others. Once an application package is complete, we jump into the process. Step 4, rental history verification. We contact current and previous landlords to verify rental history. They must have a history of paying rent on time, caring for the property, and yes, also communicating respectfully. Step 5, income verification. We verify income through pay stubs, tax returns, bank statements, but also from their employer references. Step 6, credit and background check. We run a comprehensive credit report and a background check for evictions and criminal history on every applicant. And step 7, the final decision. If all applicants of a household meet the criteria, they're approved, and then we're shifting to the move-in process. New residents must bring in their security deposit within 2 days. The rental start date must be within the next 14 days. When an application is completed, we process it to a decision. If approvable, we've found our next residence. If not approved, we move on to the next application in line and repeat this process. This can take hours, days, sometimes takes weeks. Just depends on how quickly references respond. Applicant screening is among the most important tasks for a property manager or a landlord. It requires a consistent set of criteria, handled objectively and in accordance with local, state, and federal fair housing laws. Do not cut corners because you don't have the right resources or because you're worried about leaving a home vacant too long. You're going to regret your choices. Do not breach fair housing guidelines. That's not ethical, and you could end up in court. Be diligent and stay in compliance with the law, and you will find great residents for your rental property. If you have questions about resident screening or anything related to the right and profitable way to run your rental property, call me today at 951-314-5402. I'm happy to share. You can also find valuable information on our website, dreambigpm.com, including our complete screening criteria. And if you found this useful, we have more. Check it out. Punch that subscribe button. It helps others find us and will alert you when new episodes are posted. Don't be accidental about your future. Be intentional to your success.